So I told them again, I will pay them. When we went down to mediation, I told her, I can pay you $25 a month. That's all I can pay you right now, working at McDonald's 2 days a week. That's all I can afford. She said, no, we want $100 a week. I can't pay $100.
Well, so you're not disputing you owe the money?
No.
You
I'm
just-
not disputing I don't owe the money. I just
Okay.
can't pay $100 a week.
Was that why we're here? Because you won't accept $100, what was it, a week or a month? Or
That is just, made up.
that what?
No, it's not.
That whole story's just, made up with the payment plans. I don't even want to get into it, but she owes this money. How's she gonna pay it? That's all I want to know. The whole
You
thing
did
is
not
just
say
bizarre.
mediation.
Well, okay, hang on, ladies, please, okay? This is court. Let's not.
The whole thing is
let's-
bizarre, so
Well,
I'll
not
let
really.
you handle it.
I don't think it's that bizarre. You're gonna pay at the rate of what, 25?
I told him I could afford $25 a month.
Did I hear correctly? It seems to me that the defendant admitted to owing the debt. Let's see if the judge sees it that way.
I'm going to enter a judgment in your favor, Ms. Knight, because there's no dispute here that she owes the money. Any payment plan between the two of you is something that the two of you should work out. I'm not going to tell you to take $25 a month payments. That's up to you. But on the other hand, if you don't, you may not get anything.
Well, I came back with $50 a month over the phone multiple times, and I told her to come in and sign contracts. She wouldn't come in and sign the contracts. I've tried working with this woman, and all her phones get disconnected, and it's just
Because I can't afford to pay it.
it's just not worth my time anymore. I just
Well, you're
want her to
here
start
today. It
making
must be
payments.
worth your time.
I've been
You
going
filed a
through this with her
lawsuit.
since November. I just want it over with. I've never had a case like this.
I have.
I've never seen a dentist.
Glad I have not. You ain't never seen a dentist or sued a
Not
dentist?
good, not
Okay,
super
ladies, please, okay? All right, I'm going to enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff for $616. I'm going to add to that cost consisting of a $45 filing fee and a $21 service fee, bringing the total amount of the judgment to $682. Now, listen to me, both of you. There's no reason why the two of you can't work this thing out and be reasonable about it, okay? The judgment is for the doctor for $682. Legally, what that means, ma'am, is you have to pay all of that now, instantly, okay? Now, I know you're not going to do that because you don't have $682, but listen to me. Legally, it means you have to do that. One of two things is going to happen here. You two are either going to work out a reasonable payment plan, or you're both going to run the risk of having some problems down the road. If you don't work out a reasonable payment plan, Ms. Knight, you may not get anything at all because you may never see her again. Okay, and $25 a month is better than nothing, even if it's only for a few months. And Ms. Frederick, if you don't work out a reasonable payment plan, remember, you owe the whole thing. They can garnish your wages. They can, if they find out where you're working at McDonald's, they can ask this court to issue a writ of garnishment, which I will sign and give to McDonald's, and instead of McDonald's paying you, they will pay them. And you don't want that either. If you have a bank account somewhere, or a checking account, they can garnish the wages or the money that's in there. So it's in both of your interests to work out a reasonable payment plan, because if you don't, you both stand to lose a lot. Now, I'm not going to get involved into what that payment plan should be. That's not my job. That's up to the two of you to do. But I hope that both of you can do that, because you both run the risk of losing a lot more than you otherwise would if you don't. But that's up to the two of you. But anyway, there's no question you owe the money, so judgment is for $682.
That turned out to be an easy case because once the defendant admitted to owing the debt, the judge had no choice but to rule for the plaintiff. Now let's see if the plaintiff can collect that debt. Okay, on to the next case, and that is the case of the smelly crawl space.
Ms. Gates, this is your case. What are you asking for here this afternoon?
Kurt Head, which is the Kurt Head's property. I bought a home from him in May of 2003.
Okay?
Round about maybe November, December, I started having smells in my home
Of that year?
that same year.
Okay.
I tried to contact Mr. Head on numerous occasions, several occasions. He never returned any of my phone calls. I called my realtor, which was Central 21 at the time, to see can they get in contact with Kurt Head. Just before the warranty was up on the home, I finally got in contact with Kurt Head to let him know that I was having a foul odor in my home. Kurt had sent one of his, I guess, part-time plumbing people out to the home because it was backed up sewer up under the crawl space. They said they fixed the problem, but the problem still occurred. I continued to call Kirk Head, didn't get no response. At this time, the warranty of the home was over with,
How long was the warranty?
a year.
Okay.
At this time, the warranty was up. I still had the problem. The sewer kept getting up under the crawl space. It kept coming and coming. My brother-in-law would come out, snake it. It wouldn't work.
Under the crawl space?
No.
You mean under the basement?
No, I have a crawl space.
Crawl space is up.
It's down. I have no basement.
Do you have a slab? Your house built on a slab? You don't know?
I just know
Where's the
it's crawl
sewer
space.
line come? I don't understand.
It's the sewer is, I guess, in front of like the house.
Okay?
And
Well,
that's where my brother-in-law would come snake it to see what's that the problem.
where is he when he snakes it?
It's like like a pipe right there in front of the window of the living room. It's like right there in front of the yard.
That's where he snakes it.
Yes.
All right.
So that wouldn't work. So I then called All Star Plumbing, and they came out to my home. They put a camera down the toilet to see what the problem was. At that point, they put the camera in the toilet to. I can't. Some of these are big words, so can't really know. But
Well, all right.
to find that the pipes wasn't never connected to the main city's line, which was the city of Warren.
What pipes?
My pipes
Your pipes to your house?
was not connected.
Was this this wasn't a new house?
It was a new home.
Oh, it was a new house.
It was a brand new home.
Okay.
So I had All Star Plumbing fix the problem.
Okay.
They dug up the front yard to expose clay tile that they had to replace with PUC pipes.
Okay.
And that's what I'm suing Kirk Head for, because I don't think I should have been held accountable for a brand new home that was bad plumbing.
You paid a plumber to do this, to connect the pipes?
To do the whole thing, because it wasn't right the first time.
How much did you pay the plumber?
$2,200.
Why are you suing for $3,000?
Because there were times I had to take off work to meet these plumbing people out to my home.
When did the plumbing company do all the work?
They did it in December
Of-
of last year.
2004. Mm-hmm. That was quite a while. That was more than a year after you
Yeah,
first
'cause-
noticed the problem, right?
Right.
Well, how did you deal with the problem from roughly November of 2003 until you had the work done? Are you just living with it?
Just handling it, ignoring it, because I didn't have the money at the time to do it. So just going with the flow of everything until I was able to actually get the money and someone out to fix the problem.
Can I see what you have from the plumber?
Sure.
Is that, you have an invoice or contract or something?
Do I?
Just bring it up, ma'am. That's fine. Do you still live there?
Yes.
Okay. Is the problem taken care of?
Yes.
The plaintiff here is suing the defendant because the plaintiff says the defendant failed to connect the pipes which caused the stink under her house. Let's see what the defendant says to that.
What happened was approximately November, December of 2003, she called me and complained that there was a problem, a smell under her crawl space. So I came out to look at the crawl space and had to address the problem. I came to the conclusion that her line was clogged. So
sewer line?
The sewer line, main sewer line was clogged. So what I told her, I says, I'm not responsible for snaking main sewer lines. I says, because, that's the responsibility of a homeowner. So I told her, I says, I'll try to work something out with you. So what I did was I had my real estate agent call her real estate agent, and we came up with an agreement that we would actually snake the drain, the main drain, and her real estate agent would clean the crawl space out because everything was going into the crawl space at that time.
What do
Because
you mean, her real estate agent would pay for that?
Correct. We worked out an agreement because, she was a first-time homeowner and, I didn't want her to be dissatisfied. So I tried to work a deal out with her, and we did.